Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
First at 6, it was a warm Thanksgiving and Black Friday across Central Florida, but these temperatures are not sticking around for long. People across Central Florida are bracing for a cool down as early as this weekend. Thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle Imparato.
And I'm Luana Munoz. First Warning meteorologist Marquise Mita is tracking those temperatures and when we may need a jacket. Marquise, a lot is going on tonight. What's the latest?
Well, you might need a jacket, at least something with a hood for tonight, as we still have a couple light rain showers lingering here in Florida, but the big change will come our direction as we kick off the work week. Today, though, we're dealing with a cold front marching across the Sunshine State. That's been responsible for the Black Friday rain showers, and it will be responsible for blast still to come. So let's take a look at the 4 hours has made. Yesterday, we were trending much warmer than our seasonal average. Some of us did make it into the low and the mid 80s in the afternoon. Today, though, we are significantly cooler, almost a 10 to 20 degree temperature drop depending on what city you're currently in. Here in the metro, it's a 9-degree difference over 24 hours, but out towards Ocala and Palm Coast, where you've already seen the rain, where you've seen the impacts of the cold front, you're about 18 to 19 degrees cooler. Showers are marching into Daytona Beach as we speak right now. That's why your temperatures have dropped off into the middle of the 50s as you head further south. Still hanging on to the mid and upper 60s in Kissimmee, St. Cloud, and Melbourne, but we'll be watching these off and on again rain showers early throughout the evening before the rain finally comes to an end before midnight. But there's your cold front across southern Florida, and you see all the rain associated with it. So from I-75 to 95, we are dealing with these showers, and I'll track the timing in which they'll be coming to an end and the cooler temperatures in the next 15 minutes.
All right, thank you, Marquise. Meanwhile, tourism is very strong here in Central Florida. The parks and other attractions are in line to finish the year off on a very high note, Michelle.
WESH 2's Greg Fox breaks down the numbers and explains why we are set up to be strong again in the new year.
And the healthy tourism business is boosting collection of tourist development taxes. In Orange County, tax collections for September were up 4.5%. That was a record September. For the fiscal year, collections are flat because reserves are strong with nearly $400 million in the bank.
The Thanksgiving holiday brought a lot of tourists to Central Florida this week, and that led to big crowds and long lines at our local theme parks. WESH 2's Justin Schecker was in Chopper 2 this afternoon flying over Universal.
Good evening from Chopper 2 on this Black Friday. We are flying high above Universal Studios Orlando. You know, all the theme parks are expecting large crowds during this long holiday weekend. Let's show you the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where there are some of the longest wait times for the attractions. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, more than 2-hour wait for most of the afternoon. Hogwarts Express King's Cross Station, that's got about a 60-minute wait, with so many families flocking to the theme parks to spend their long holiday weekend. According to AAA, Orlando is the top domestic destination for travel during this long holiday weekend. And according to Orlando International Airport, they're expecting nearly 2 million passengers to travel through during this busy holiday time. Reporting in Chopper 2, I'm Justin Schecker, WESH 2 News.
And many people visiting Central Florida for Thanksgiving are now getting ready to head back home. This is a live look at I-4 in Orange County and Orlando International Airport. More than 4.5 million people in the state were expected to hit the roads during the holiday travel period. And from now until Tuesday, more than 800,000 people are expected to pass through the airport. So stay with WESH 2, both on air and online, as we track your travel forecast. Download our free WESH 2 News mobile app and turn on your notifications for any breaking news updates straight to your cell phone.
New video shows the moments Volusia County deputies shot and killed a man accused of firing more than 200 rounds in a condo complex.
We can't have you shooting at us, all right? Or shooting in the general direction of anybody.
Deputies say Joseph DeFusco fired those shots from a window in the Kingston Shores condo complex during an hours-long standoff yesterday. He reportedly responded with gunshots to deputies who were trying to negotiate with him. The area was evacuated and teams moved in with an armored vehicle, punching a hole into the condo where he was hiding. Deputies say they were forced to shoot and kill Defusco. No deputies or neighbors were hurt.
Orlando police are releasing new surveillance video from the moments after 36-year-old DJ Lamar White was shot and killed while walking his dog in 2021. This happened at the Timber Sound Apartments on Raleigh Street near South Kirkman Road. This video from that apartment complex shows the suspect walking through the area around 3:40 in the morning. If you can identify that person or have any information about the case, you are asked to call Crime Line. You could be eligible for a reward of up to $5,000.
In Volusia County, deputies are still looking for information in the 2017 shooting death of Bryant Ball. They say the 26-year-old was shot along South Florida Avenue in DeLand after getting into an argument with two men. Anyone with information about this case should call the sheriff's office or Crime Stoppers. A man is recovering in the hospital tonight after being shot by deputies in Pasco County. The man was allegedly swinging a sword around children yesterday, scaring all of his neighbors. When deputies tried to contact him, they say that he came out of his house with a shotgun. He then reportedly ignored commands to drop the weapon and deputies opened fire. They say the man's blood alcohol content was nearly 4 times the legal limit. He is expected to survive.
A 1-year-old is dead and 2 other children were hurt after a crash in Hillsborough County. Troopers say that a Jeep overtook a Toyota RAV4 on I-4, hitting the back of it. The 34-year-old woman driving that Toyota was not hurt. A 3- and 6-year-old in her car were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. There is no word exactly on what led up to that crash.
If you saw interstates and streets jammed up while driving around today, the chances are you were near a shopping mall and you were caught in the fringe of the Black Friday frenzy. WESH 2's Michelle Meredith dared to dive into that frenzy, joining in on the sales and the fun. What a cutie. All right, now in terms of spending power, the experts say boomers, millennials, and Gen Z have the most, or Gen X have the most, anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Gen Zers naturally have less, with $100 to $300. Orlando, as more than 100 people lined up this morning outside of a local Target. Most of them Taylor Swift fans hoping to get their hands on an exclusive Eras Tour book that dropped this morning. Maggie Finley was the first person in line at the store on Colonial Drive. She says she got there at 4:20 in the morning, waiting for the doors to open at 6.
I thought it would be really fun because I don't know, I haven't been really excited to go Black Friday shopping for several years. And I thought, oh, this is fun. I can go hang out with, Swifties.
Several Swifties said it felt nostalgic waking up early in the day after Thanksgiving to shop in the store. The 256-page exclusive book is set to drop online tomorrow. And with holiday shopping in full swing, law enforcement officials want you and your purchases to stay safe. So they say you should park in well-lit areas as close to the store as you can get. And don't take money out until it is time to pay. Avoid showing large amounts of cash. Keep your belongings close and then stay alert while shopping.
All right, still ahead at 6. A place in the state semifinals is on the line for some of our local high school football players. The rivalry rematch set to take place in Lake Mary. But first, building a defense against future storms, the push in Volusia County to prevent beach erosion during hurricanes.
And WESH 2 is making it easy for you to give back this holiday season. We're hoping you'll join us for our day-long telethon and online donation drive this Giving Tuesday. It is part of WESH 2's 39th annual Share Your Christmas campaign. All of the money raised will stay right here in Central Florida, supporting Second Harvest Food Bank's mission to provide food for people in need. Join us on Tuesday, both on air and online on WESH.com to donate.
Stuart Moore on WESH 2 News.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Rubenstein Law. Injured? Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Welcome back tonight. A local Christmas tree shop is celebrating a special milestone this holiday season.
Despite the damage left behind in North Carolina from Hurricane Helene, the owner says they have a full supply of trees for families to choose from. The fresh-cut Fraser firs grown in North Carolina are on sale at Rosario's Christmas Trees in Orlando. Since Helene tore through the state in North Carolina, tree farmers have been scrambling to recover in time for the holiday season. This is the 30th year that Rosario's has supplied Christmas trees for families in Central Florida. This year, an online shopping option has been added for people who don't pick out their trees in person.
Well, over the years, we've seen what a hurricane can do to our coastline, eroding our beaches and causing roads and homes to literally crumble.
Well, now there is a push to build a natural line of defense against future storms. WESH 2's Pamela Combe shows us the idea of a living seawall.
And researchers will now start to meet with city leaders and community partners to figure out permitting and best spots to implement this living seawall.
All right, Marquise, we are almost out of hurricane season. Thank goodness.
Yeah, less than, well, just over 24 hours until we finally put the season to rest. Obviously, it was a very impactful one for us here in Central Florida. But we got some big changes coming our way, too. Do you guys want the good news or the bad news first?
The good news.
You guys are going to come to an agreement.
I thought you were going to say good. You're always so positive, Luana.
I know, I want the bad stuff first and then get it out of the way.
All right, let's do it.
We'll go with the bad. Much cooler temperatures swinging into Central Florida coming up. We'll actually dip down into the 60s to start off the work week. But the good news for you, too, not too much rain across your 7-day forecast. Dry conditions, pretty persistent sunshine here across Central Florida. But as we start off the work week, the big headline is going to be the temperature shift as we dip down to the lower 40s here in Orlando on Tuesday and Wednesday, still to come. And then towards the back end of your 7-day stretch, we'll see those temperatures warm towards their seasonal average. But for our north and westernmost communities, here's what you're going to be dealing with to start off the work week. Heading out towards Ocala on Tuesday morning, you certainly need the winter jacket as you'll be hovering right around that freezing level. 33-degree overnight lows, not record setting, but definitely enough to make you shiver. We drop down to 34 degrees on Wednesday, still to come as well. So a very cold stretch for us. But for tonight, we're watching a cold front move across our Sunshine State. It brought some rain throughout the afternoon, and we're still dealing with a few of those showers to start off your evening. As we head into the weekend, we showed you that beautiful sunshine just a moment ago. Lots of that heading your way as we stay dry, sunny, and cool, and much cooler air will be present to start off your work week. So here's what the big picture does look like. There's your cold front still marching across southern Florida. It's a pretty quick moving frontal boundary. It'll be in and across the state before you know it, pushing towards the south by tomorrow. And then we have a lot more dry air on the back end of it to deal with over the course of your weekend. But here's what we're dealing with currently. Rain showers across Central Florida. These were much more prominent across the I-75 corridor earlier in the afternoon, but now as we enter the evening, it's across I-95 that we have the most consistent rain. So we wave goodbye to the showers in Ocala, Waresdale, the Villages over the last half an hour, and those push off towards the east. So if you're in Palm Coast, Flagler Beach, you have some showers to your south. Overhead in Daytona is where we have the most consistent rain, and also across New Smyrna Beach in Volusia County across I-95. And then to your south, just some lingering rain pushing past Polk and also St. Cloud as you head throughout Osceola County. As we take you hour by hour, a couple more waves of moisture will be present. Here we are at 7:30, and we're tracking our future cast, possibly putting some showers inside the metro at 9 o'clock. So I do recommend keeping the rain gear close by if you're heading out to watch the UCF Knights take on the Utah Utes later tonight. But we will see clearing skies over the course of your evening, allowing for temperatures to plummet all the way down into the 50s tonight. So for your football forecast, we've got some college football this Friday. 61 as the game kicks off at 8 o'clock, and we're watching the showers come to an end by halftime. Your golf forecast for tomorrow does show cooler temperatures to start off the day, back in the mid-50s for your morning round, and I do recommend keeping some long sleeves or a jacket for the afternoon as we peak in the mid and upper 60s here in Orlando. Lower 70s out across our inland communities, and as we start off the work week, high pressure certainly is in control of our forecast, but don't let the sunshine fool you. You'll wake up to temperatures around the freezing level on Tuesday in Ocala and the Villages, also Wildwood. And then for the rest of your 7-day forecast, we'll spend our time trying our best to heat up as we're back in the low 70s on Thursday and Friday.
All right, if you're looking for something fun to do here in Orange County, roller skate night is underway at Barber Park until 8:30. Enjoy a night of skating, music, and food trucks. Attendees must bring their very own skates.
Well, one of the best things about Thanksgiving weekend, football, and yes, more football. And despite this being UCF's second straight losing season, the Knights still hoping to finish on a high note. We'll hear from them after the break. Plus, Friday Night Hits taking us out to Lake Mary for a highly anticipated region final. We'll join Darren Stoltzfus live in just a few.
WESH 2 Sports is sponsored by Mullinax Ford. Hurry to Mullinax for Black Friday deals, including 1.9% financing for 60 months on over 1,200 new Fords. Now, WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
Playing past Thanksgiving. Welcome back. I'm Kristen Lago, and that is always the goal if you're a high school football player. It's a privilege to practice on Turkey Day. It's an even bigger privilege to play the day after. Tonight, a place in the state semis is on the line, and one of the most interesting matchups is actually a rematch of sorts between Lake Mary and Seminole. Our Darren Stoltzfus is live at Lake Mary. And Darren, this is the rivalry game that I think both teams wanted to see happen.
Yeah, absolutely, Kristen. In Seminole County, it kind of runs through Sanford or Lake Mary, Seminole or the Rams. And these two teams have met now 7 times in the last 4 years. Think about that if you're a senior. Somebody's ended their season against each other again tonight. So we'll see what can happen. Lake Mary won when these two teams played about 6 weeks ago on a Monday night. Kind of an odd week after one of the hurricanes. But tonight, that kind of goes out the window as these rivals rematch again, as you said, with a spot in the state Final Four on the line. This is going to be a good one, though. The rain just came through. It's a little chilly, but you're playing past Thanksgiving, so you know these games matter more than ever.
It's just a great experience for these guys. They worked so hard, many of them for 3 years, 4 years now. We have a really a good senior class. You know, they've put the time and effort in and worked hard in the off season. I'm just really proud of these guys, and I think that it's going to be an experience to remember.
So Lake Mary is hosting a region championship for the first time, trying to get past the furthest point they've been in the postseason, get to the state semifinals. Seminole, of course, won a state title not too long ago. Something's happening here tonight that's going to be pretty special. We'll have it all covered for you. And several other games across Central Florida tonight at 11 on WESH 2 News. For now, live in Lake Mary, Darren Stoltzfus. We will send it back to you.
One cool note to add here. Senior running back R.J. Harvey scores tonight. He will set the all-time touchdown record at UCF. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Advent Health.
All right, that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. Remember, NBC Nightly News is coming up next with Lester Holt.
We'll see you again tonight at 10 and 11. You can always get news online on WESH.com. Have a great evening.